Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Francis Entertainment Center. Birdie's here. She's napping and she's purring right now. Today's next story is Sponge Who Could Fly. Enjoy the video. Potty flies into Patchy's bathroom and says that an audience of children is waiting to see a lost episode. Patchy is taking a shower and says that he lost the already lost episode and tells the children to forget about SpongeBob. Next is the segment called Remembering SpongeBob, a musical montage of clips from past SpongeBob stories. Suddenly, a map revealing the location of the lost episode is launched through Patchy's window. After a long treasure hunt, Patchy finds a tape that holds the episode, and he and Potty go back to his house to play it. They see a minute-long clip of SpongeBob doing cheap walk cycles in a straight line, followed by SMPTE color bars. Patchy gets completely enraged, thinking that SpongeBob has betrayed them. He decides to get rid of all of his SpongeBob merchandise and run away from home. However, when he leaves the house, the real lost episode's countdown starts. Potty quickly alerts Patchy of the very exciting news. He quickly runs back in, puts his SpongeBob stuff back by rewinding his breakdown, and sits to watch with Potty. At Jellyfish Fields, SpongeBob wishes he could fly with the jellyfish. He makes several attempts to do so, including a biplane, bat wings, a garden chair with balloons, and a giant kite pulled by a bicycle. Some of these attempts assisted by Patrick. After his failed attempts are witnessed by others, he becomes known as the Birdman of Bikini Bottom and is ridiculed. He tells the people that he is sad to be ridiculed for trying to live up to his dreams. The townspeople tell him that they all once had unfulfilled dreams, and they proceed to form a mob and start chasing him for thinking he's more important than them. SpongeBob runs off a cliff and falls into a truck of mud, then into a truck of feathers, much to his misfortune. Later on, SpongeBob is in his house, having given up his dream. He begins to dry his hair and receives an insulting phone call from a fan of the Birdman, namely Joe Mama. SpongeBob puts the hairdryer in his pants while he talks. The dryer inflates his pants, giving him the ability to fly. He goes around helping people, earning their admiration, and becoming a local celebrity of sorts. However, the lazy citizens continue to ask increasingly unnecessary favors of him, particularly those of which do not require flight, leaving him no time to fly with the jellyfish. He tries to escape to Jellyfish Fields. The people form a mob and chase him, but are unable to catch him. However, Cannonball Jenkins blasts SpongeBob, destroying the pants and sending him plummeting to the ground for a lesson of bad people and their flying machines. The people seem as though they are mourning SpongeBob's death, but they are really mourning the famous inflatable pants. After they take his pants and leave, SpongeBob is about to go home, but suddenly the jellyfish help him fly. They take him home as he sings an intentionally corny song about how all one needs to fly is friendship. As he says goodbye to the jellyfish, Patrick greets SpongeBob and offers him a trip to the pizza house. SpongeBob declines and leaves it up to the jellyfish for flying. Patrick then flies off as a superhero does with his regular uninflated pants. The confused SpongeBob worries if Patrick just flew, only for him to doubt it because of how silly and impossible it seems. He looks after Patrick out of curiosity. Patchy attempts to play it again per Potty's suggestion. At first he does not know where the remote is, but then he comes flying through the window and thanks Mrs. Johnson for her help before she speeds off. Patchy tries to work the remote, but he does not know how to rewind it to the beginning. He and Potty press a lot of buttons on the remote while fighting, resulting in a mariachi band appearing and causing the VCR to malfunction, unravel the tape reel, and a squeaking sound, which entangles Patchy. Thus, the lost episode is lost forever, and the scene changes to exterior, and there's an exterior shot of Patchy's house, but now at nighttime. Whether or not the lost episode will remain lost, as long as the stars are in the sky, SpongeBob will live on fans' hearts and minds, as the stars form a constellation of SpongeBob. That's it.